everyone. Nadeem here with PC.Solutions.Net. So today I want to talk about a question I get asked a lot, and this is from existing customers, new customers, and just people in general, just business owners in general. And the question is, how do I choose an IT company for my business? And it seems kind of simple, but it's not, because one of the main things about the IT industry, I guess you can call it, I don't want to say dirty, but it's a little secret, is that a lot of people think that certain rules and regulations apply to the IT industry. There are none. So there is no rule, no regulation, no government oversight, nothing when it comes to the IT industry. So it is all up to you as a customer to figure out if the IT company that you choose is compliant with things in your industry, and if they are, how are they charging, and what's their rate plan and all of that. So the question, of course, leads to more questions. So what I've done is I've created a report, 21 questions report. So you can take this to any IT company and ask them these 21 questions and see how they answer them. And that will kind of make you, give you some insight into how they operate and whether they're a good fit for your business or not. So where you want to go is simply go to our website, and this is the address. So go to PC.Net/21 questions report. Get that report, download it. It's free. Now, normally for all of our reports, we ask the first name, last name, phone number, whatever. We ask some information, right? We want to get to know who is getting our reports. But for this report, I've just made it available no matter what. So anybody can download it. You don't need to provide us your name, number, existing customers, prospects, whatever. You can just download it anonymously. We don't know who you are. You don't need to provide us anything. The address again is PCSN.net/21 questions report. Now I'm going to show you what this report looks like, right? So this is what the report looks like. And it's something that, every user should know, every small business owner should know, about the IT company that they're going to use. So of course, it's simple questions. It talks about misconceptions. A certain way that these companies do business, certain mistakes to avoid. And one of the things that I see a lot is companies saying that, my IT provider, who may be, doing something on the side for them, is, he only charges, $50 an hour, and why should I pay more than that to an IT company? What does that give me? And there's a lot of things that come with it, right? So survivability, and one of the questions that I say is, well, this IT guy who's working out of his garage, he's taking care of business for you for right now. What if he walks out, gets hit by a truck? What then? All that information is in his head, and all your setup, everything is in his head. He does not have it documented like an IT company would have everything documented. I mean, we spend a lot of money on our back-end systems, documentation, our control systems, our monitoring systems. And a guy working out of his garage is simply not going to have that kind of system, that type of a system in place. So so that's the thing, is what happens. Now, the other question comes in is, hey, but why are you charging me X amount of dollars per hour when I can do it, for less than half the price with this guy who's working out of his garage? So that is basically you get what you pay for. Now, here's an example that one of my customers gave me. So this is not me telling a customer, but a customer came to me and answered this question for me. And he was like, look, Nadim, we can hire somebody for, whatever, 40, 50 bucks an hour, and they can take 2-3 hours to solve something that you can solve within 20, 30 minutes remotely without even having to come in. And that's the thing. We have gone through so many different things. We have experienced so many different things that most of the time we know the information that we need to know is at our fingertips. So a lot of times the issue you're facing, we've already encountered it. We know how to fix it. We're not trying something that a lot of these people working out of their garages are going to be doing, is basically trying to figure out what the problem is, as opposed to knowing this is the problem, this is how you fix it. So I highly encourage you to get this report. It is PC.Solutions.Net/21 questions report. And it's, just download it and read it at your leisure. There's a lot of things that it covers. I mean, I'm not going to go through the entire thing. But the bottom line is, it is not a regulated industry. So IT is not regulated. Anybody can charge anything they want. The question now becomes, and there's a huge variance, right? So there are individuals working out of their garage. They're going to charge a certain fee. I mean, they don't have any overhead because they don't have to pay for these systems on the back end that allow us to monitor, control, and all that other stuff, right? They're not going to have access to for example, the backup systems that we have. They're just not going to have it. They're not going to have the experience that we have. I mean, combined with all of our engineers, we have like almost, a little over half a century worth of experience. I mean, more than 50 years combined experience between all the people that we have over here at PCSN. So there's a lot of things that you want to go through and ask these questions to an IT company before you hire them. Of course, sometimes, and I don't get this a lot, but sometimes, people are like, well, I'll just try him out and see how it goes, and then if it doesn't work out, I'll find a real IT company. Well, the problem is, if it doesn't work out, the damage is already done. This is the backbone of your business. IT is the backbone of your business. Without this, basically you're dead in the water. So not only that, but even if you're not dead in the water, how much of an impact does it have to your bottom line if your systems are not operating properly at their peak performance, or if you have downtime? So you can find somebody to do it and try them out, but then there is a business cost to trying somebody out, just trying them out. So I would say get this 21 questions report, go through it, ask the person who you're going to hire all 21 of these questions, and make sure that what they're answering is accurate. And you can tell when you're talking to a person, for example, like backup systems. Anybody can say, oh yeah, we have good backup systems, but, find out what type of backup systems they recommend. For example, and I'll just give you an example of what we do. For most businesses, certain businesses might have a higher requirement than that, but mostly we recommend two types of backup systems in place, right? So one is an image-based backup. So this is an image-based backup of your entire server. So if you have one or more servers, we basically mirror those servers. Normally we do it every 15 minutes, but we can do it more often or less often depending on the customer need. So one is an image-based backup, and the second is data-only backup. So you should have both of these systems in place. So you should have two types of backups, and both of these systems should be backing up online. For example, the image-based backup systems, you can't just on the fly back them up straight to straight online, because there's just not going to be enough bandwidth. So there's going to be some sort of a a local appliance that backs up, that mirrors your server, and then it encrypts that data, compresses it, and then uploads it online somewhere. But the bottom line is you need to have two systems in place. Now, the data only backup goes straight online, right? So the data only backup should be, there's no other local system in place. So the idea is, if your office totally burns down and the most recent data was in that backup appliance that burned down along with your office, the online backup, the data only backup, which goes straight online, will have the latest data on it, so you won't lose any significant data. So I just wanted to talk about that. Just wanted to let people know, get this 21 questions report. Even if you are our customer, you can get this report. You can get some value out of it. You can start to question us. Hey, Nadeem, do we have these things in place? What are you doing to for this and this? So it will, an educated customer is our best customer. We don't want to, sometimes, I see where people say, oh, well, I don't want to tell them that. I don't want to give the customer too much information. I love talking about IT, right? And I want my customer to have all the information to make a good decision. And so I want even our existing customers to get this report, go through it. If you have questions, ask us questions. Hey, are we doing this? Do we have these systems in place? You talk about, a backup system. Do we have that in place? You talk about two types of backup systems. Do we have both of them in place? How quickly can we recover in case there is a total failure of our server? So all these things, they make at the end of the day, it's how long can your business run without its infrastructure, without its network, without access to any data. We're finding more and more businesses are heavily reliant on their IT systems. So really, even one day of downtime is a huge cost. For a small retail operation, it's a huge cost. But that's it for today. I just wanted to let everybody know, get this 21 questions report, PC.Net/21 questions report. Download it, go through it. If you have questions, reach out to me. There is no username user phone number or email required to download that. Just go to that URL that I gave you, and I will put it on the screen again. So just go to this URL, download the report, and save it somewhere. Go through it when you have some time. Review it a few times. Ask me specific questions. And even if you're not our customer and you don't want to be our customer, that's fine. You can still ask me questions, right? We don't charge for email, so hey, might as well use it to your advantage. But that's it. Have a good one, and everybody be safe out there.